Hello everyone, my name is Andrea Caicedo Gonzalez and I am from Cali, Colombia. I am a biologist and have a master's in marine biology and ecology from James Cook University in Australia. I currently work in Colombia in an NGO called Corales de Paz, where our main goal is coral restoration through coral gardening techniques. My position in Corales de Paz is Head of Citizen Science, and today I will tell you about our meaningful diving program for coral reef monitoring and restoration, a citizen science-based strategy for strengthening the sustainability of projects. Monitoring in a large scale and long term is necessary to understand the effects of anthropogenic threats and environmental changes on coral reefs. Plus, approaches involving multiple stakeholders in coral reef restoration can help recover degraded coral populations and the ecological services associated with healthy coral reefs. However, coral reef monitoring and restoration projects are resource constrained in developing countries, which is where coral reefs are commonly found and where I work. Therefore, here is where innovative and participative strategies such as citizen science, crowdsourcing, and public-private partnerships can help overcome the limiting factors that can restrict the impact of projects. Citizen science programs are becoming more and more important every day because they create environmental awareness and knowledge in people that not necessarily have an academic background in natural sciences. It allows people to take action in the decision-making happening inside their communities in regards to the environment and step up when necessary and with scientifically sound information. In Corales de Paz, we have identified citizen science as the key to three very important things. First is that our citizen scientists represent voluntary, qualified, and enthusiastic free labor when we find ourselves struggling for human and economic resources, which is most of the time. Second is that they bring with them money to finance our projects. And lastly, that properly trained citizen scientists can provide quality sightings and data that generate a network of early detection of invasive species, diseases, changes in ecological composition of sites, and reports of migratory species, among some examples. Here, I present Corales de Paz Meaningful Diving Strategy, which combines citizen science and crowdsourcing to raise human and financial resources for coral reef monitoring through the Reef Check program and coral restoration through Reef Repair program. Providencia and Santa Catalina Islands, located in the Southwest Caribbean, were negatively affected by COVID-19 and devastated by a Category 5 hurricane named Iota. Therefore, Corales de Paz organized a meaningful diving expedition that consisted on 5 days of reef check and 5 days of reef repair, 4 months after Iota hit, in order to assist national and local efforts to restore the affected coral reefs. In this particular case, the expedition became a more grounded experience, since we were there for the coral reefs, but our main goal became supporting local economy, uplifting spirits, and generating new dynamics amidst this destruction and grief. This 10-day expedition brought together citizen scientists already trained as reef check eco divers and reef repair divers, candidates in training in both programs, local stakeholders and members of the staff from the local environmental authority and national natural parks, which participated actively in the training or went through it themselves. The outcomes of the expeditions were threefold. First, the identification of areas in need of intervention. Second, the collection of ecological information to guide interventions such as baseline data, target conditions, and reference sites. And last, the implementation of reactive restoration efforts. We conducted 5 coral reef health surveys that consist of benthic, fish, and invertebrate community structures and health and impact conditions. We stocked 103 coral fragments from 5 different coral species in underwater nurseries and outplanted 128 corals in 600 square meters. of reef inside protected areas. Included the Old Providence Marine Lagoon National Natural Park. In terms of capacity building, 8 people were trained, either in coral reef monitoring, coral gardening, or coral microfragmentation. The socioeconomic outcome of the activity included 14 participants, 4 direct jobs created, and over 10,000 US dollars in revenue to the local economy. Furthermore, we organized an activity with local children where we taught them the importance of coral reefs using Secor International Coral Heroes comics and explore a nearby coral reef with them. Corales de Paz meaningful diving for coral reef conservation is gaining momentum as a strategy to overcome the limiting factors that restrict the impact of conservation projects in Colombia. Furthermore, the Reef Check monitoring program serves as an early warning system for coral reef health and is an alternative that supports national coral reefs data collection efforts. For instance, thanks to the Reef Check expeditions conducted to date, we have kept updated information of live coral cover from 5 oceanic and continental coral reef areas and confirmed that the absence of stony coral tissue loss disease from their reefs. Moreover, Corales de Paz Reef Repair Diver Program provides experiential learning opportunities to effectively support restoration practitioners in recovering degraded coral reefs. Together, they increase the impact and sustainability of local coral reef monitoring and restoration efforts. Plus, when we implement Reef Check right before reef repair, we get immediate baseline information and are able to identify the restoration needs of a reef and prioritize our coral gardening efforts during the second phase. We encourage other organizations and local projects to follow a similar approach to aid in their search for project sustainability. By combining adequate theoretical and practical training in coral reef monitoring and restoration of keen recreational divers and community members, projects can raise funds, find suitable manpower, and build stewardship and local support. It is a daunting task, but one that combines all actions needed to effectively restore coral reefs: education, participation, collaboration, and funding. Thank you very much for your time. Feel free to contact us at info@coralesdepaz.org if you are keen to implement our approach in your project. I hope you enjoyed my talk. Looking forward to your questions and comments. Thank you very much.